Hello everyone. Actually, we had seen ArrayList, right? In this session, we'll understand one counterpart of ArrayList. So, what is the problem in ArrayList? As it is not type safe. It takes any value, whatever we pass, in the add method, it takes that. So, if I have ArrayList al equals to new ArrayList, actually we had seen this, but just to refresh this, concept, I'm making this out. Al.add. You can see, if you see here, your al.add, it needs object value, so I can pass anything here. When I run this, basically it passes this string, a float, any value. It's not all about string. I can pass any value. See, it will not give me any error. See here, it simply just pass it, store it. So this is not a good idea when we are dealing with type safe thing. So instead of array list, we have a type safe list, and that is list actually. So list, and this is, so whatever whatever the data type you pass here in this braces, it will take that data type. So now it is integer, so this list will take only integer value. If I pass float, it will take only float value. If I pass string, then it will take only string data type and not any other. So that's why it is type safe. And also one more difference is ArrayList comes and exists in system.collections, okay, system.collections, and this list is actually in system.collections.generic. You can see here. So this is the difference, and already this collections.generic comes in whenever you create a new project. So let's see the implementation along with ArrayList. The same thing, the same syntax and everything is going to be same, just the difference in the type. We're going to include type in our list. So right now we are taking integer values. So I have list int, and I'll say the object of list. In a very similar way, we have this array list object. So I have li equals to new list, and I will again pass my data type. That's it. The same syntax. See here and see this array list. The same syntax. Just we are passing the type here in this braces. Now to add data in the list, we're gonna say li dot add. Now you see the difference here is when I make this bracket, this square this angular braces, you will see here what it needs. It needs int item and not object value. Okay, see here in the array list, what it needs, it actually needs object value. So I can pass anything here. That's the problem. But right now in the list, what it needs int item. So if I change it to float here, then you will see this add method will need float item. So it is a type safe. It depends on the type whatever you are providing. So that's the difference between array list and list item. So right now let me take the same method we are implementing. There is no difference at all. So li dot add and li dot add method, and then 20. So now if you want to see the capacity of the list, then basically it is the same. Initially it is 0, right now it is 4. So let me type the capacity. So I will say li dot capacity, and when I basically run this, you will see it says 4. So it gives you a 4 space where you can insert your 4 element. Okay, so when I insert my 4 element, and when I insert the 5th element, the size of the list is again going to be doubled. Okay, so I have 10 and 20. Let me insert 2 more. It's 30 and it's going to be 40. So now still it is going, so we have 4 values inside my 4 space. Now just when you insert 5th element li dot add, the size is going to increase the same as array list. You see here it says 8. So now it gives you 8 spaces to put your 8 values. Okay, so when you put 8 values and when you put ninth value, it again going to increase from 8 to 16. So now they give you 16 spaces to put your 16 values. That's the same thing that we had seen in ArrayList. Okay, so now to print this, all these things, this 10, 20, 30, 40, what we do, we take for each loop, right? For each or for loop, whatever you want to take. So I have for each loop, and I will say, instead of var, I will say, instead of that var, I had said int, and then I'll say I, and I will say li. Simply console.writeLine, and I'll pass the I. And when I run this, you'll see all the elements. Initially the 8 is for my capacity, and then the elements 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, so it's the same thing that we had seen in ArrayList. Just the difference is ArrayList is not type safe, whereas list is somehow not. It's basically type safe. Okay, so that's the difference, and I hope you understand the difference between collections and collections.generic. Okay, thank you so much.